I have this recurring nightmare that I have to deliver a speech in front of people, and I was so nervous that I forgot everything. I was completely blank, and there were hundreds of the eyes looking at me, and I could not escape the stage. Even as a kid in the school, I was too submissive. I could barely speak in front of people. Even in the college, my struggle continued because in the college, at times you need to go in front of the people, you need to present sometimes. So every time I found myself speaking something in front of the people, I would just wish that the earth would shatter or the building would collapse so that I don't have to speak in front of the people. I was this scared of public speaking. Even for some people, the fear of public speaking is beyond the fear of death in their minds. Now, how would you feel if I tell you that it is completely okay, natural and human to be fearful, to be nervous before speaking? There are some of the greatest of the people in the world had this problem of public speaking. Abraham Lincoln, Nicole Kidman, Warren Buffett, even Mahatma Gandhi had the fear of public speaking. They always got nervous before speaking in front of the people. And ladies and gentlemen, public speaking skills is like a long race. The only difference is that this race does not have an end point. It's an ongoing process. And it took me years to realize that it's all about knowing how to manage this fear of public speaking. Now, there are some people who must be wondering why I should understand public speaking skills. For two reasons. Number one, public speaking skills would never go out of demand. It was always one of the desired skills. Number two, you could be in any profession. You could be a teacher, professor, student, salesperson, or an employee. Every job requires these days some bit of presentation. Now, when you are into presentation, it's all about learning how to talk in front of the people so that you could create an impact. Now with this, let's talk about some of the ultimate strategies which I have discovered for myself that helped me overcome this fear of public speaking. Number one, breathing and pausing. It's a lethal combination, ladies and gentlemen. It really makes your speech stand out from the rest. Now, do you all know that we have a tendency of speaking fast whenever we are nervous? And we speak fast basically because we stop focusing on our breathing. Now, it's a great idea before starting our speech, we must take some 2-3 deep breaths. It really helps us be calm and relaxed, and which further help us gather our thoughts. Pausing is an ultimate strategy. It basically helps to land your messages in your listener's mind in an effective way. It basically allows your message to sink in your audience mind in a very profound way. Now let's understand pausing with this example. For example, there is a statement which you have to say before people, and that is your 20% efforts must produce 80% result. Now there are two ways I can deliver this statement in front of people. Number one, without using pausing technique, which is your 20% effort must produce 80% of the results. Now if I use pausing strategy for this, it really stands out, and that will be like your 20% efforts must produce 80% results. It really sinks in your listener's mind in a very, very, very profound way. So try that. Number two, learn to manage your hands. Do you all know that whenever we stand in front of the people to say something, the biggest distraction we all have are our own hands, because we just don't know what to do with the hands. And whenever you find standing still without holding anything in the hands, your hands are disturbing you all the time, because we just don't know whether to keep it like this, or we got to keep our hands at the back, or we got to do it like this. Or the best is that a lot of people, without having any clue, they hold something so that the hands are busy, because we all the time we are always looking out for an options to hold something so that the hands are busy, because we just don't know what to do with the hands. And that is why we get into wrong postures, like we start slouching, we start stooping, we cross our arms, we put our hands in the pocket, and these are all negative body gestures. So what to do with the hands? So some of the best of the people, when they address a set of people, what they do with the hands, they get into a posture which is called a steeple posture, joining fingertips like this. You got to keep it in the front, and you speak like this. So it's basically joining your fingertips like this and making use of your hands as you're making a point in a discussion. So this is called steeple. Try that. Now the next is choose a comfortable topic and divide that into subcategories. Now let's understand that with an example. For example, you're a corporate employee and you have to deliver a speech about your life to a set of people. Now the topic is basically your life story. Now this topic, you can divide that into 4 sections. Number one, you can talk to them about you can basically prepare a speech about your early childhood, about your family, about your parents, about your siblings. That could be one portion of the speech. Number 2, you can talk about your school life, what kind of a boy or a girl you were in the school, what all thing happened, what did not happen. That was the second portion of it. Third, you can talk about your college life, how you were in the college, everything about your college life. And number 4, you can talk about your professional life, what all you have learned, what all you aspire to be, and what all are your goals as you move on in your life. So topic is your life story. You talk about your early childhood. Number 2, talk about your school life, your college life, and you talk about your professional journey. So this way you don't even have to memorize your speech a lot, and it also helps you gather your thought process because you know the sequence, and you can deliver that, you can try it out without even having the cue cards. Outside in versus inside out. Now this is my personal favorite, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's understand that together. What do we mean by it? Now, as a person, we always look out for our motivation somewhere external, outside. We always think that, we are always motivated by external factors. Now, as a speaker also, we make the same mistake. We think that I will do a good job only if my audience are recipient of what I'm saying, if they're acknowledging me, if they're listening to me, if they're very, very attentive to what I'm saying, I will do a good job. But I would recommend that our motivation should come from somewhere internally. We should be internally motivated. Our motivation should come from something somewhere within. Now, let me tell you something. Almost like so many years ago, when I was getting coached, I still remember one of my coaches told me that, Devesh, imagine that someday you're delivering a speech in front of people and you find somebody who is looking at you and is yawning as you're delivering your speech. Don't get intimidated by this person. Think that he's liking your speech so much that he wants to eat everything right from his mouth like this. Right? So I would recommend that our motivation should come from internally. Now, there are certain things that we do to ourselves. Now, we can visualize our success much before we start a speech. We can visualize a success story for ourselves. We can visualize this fact that after our speech, people are really clapping, they're standing and clapping for you, and you've done a great job. Now, this is called a creative visualization, but the problem is that the moment we visualize something negative. We always visualize that we're going to fail because negative is automatic and by default. But to create something positive, we got to push it. So keep pushing yourself that you're doing a great job, right? As Earl Nightingale said that in The Strangest Secret of the World, that we become what we think. Now the next is have fun, ladies and gentlemen. We are so bogged down with our ifs and the buts and the whats and the hows that we stop enjoying the moment. Don't you think it's an amazing opportunity universe has given you that you're standing in front of the world and you're sharing your ideas and the thoughts? Be happy about it. Just encash every bit of it. Smile frequently. Just enjoy the moment, right? Laugh with them, and that will make your job much, much easier. So there you go. Apply these 5 amazing strategies to overcome the fear of public speaking and let me know how you find it. Secondly, if you've liked this video, please share this with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe my channel so that you have access to my latest videos, and I'm eagerly waiting for your inputs in the comment section. This is Devesh Dewangan signing off for now.